Yes, it is. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on here on Earth. Starting off with Cloudcroft, where we did see just a few high clouds earlier on in the morning, but if we put this into motion, you can see the clouds do build up rather quickly through the past 3 hours, and we're not seeing any rain in Cloudcroft, but we are seeing a little bit of rain just to the east of Cloudcroft, and that is one of the lone showers that we're seeing down in the Sacramento Mountains right now. The rest are in the western and northern part of the state. Right now in the metro, we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds with a temperature on the warm side, but not quite as warm as yesterday. The clouds are really doing their job, keeping us down to 81 degrees right now. We do have a calm wind right now, but those winds will be picking up throughout the upcoming weekend. We are continuing to look at those spot to scattered showers over the western part of the state and into the northern mountains. Not really getting a good crop going over the northern mountains right now, but we will see more activity throughout the afternoon because we will also have that frontal boundary in the far northeastern corner of the state this afternoon as well. Other temperatures across the state, we're currently in the mid-90s in Tucumcari and Clovis, 98 in Roswell as well as Carlsbad. Right now we're looking at the low 80s in the central part of the state where we're looking at a little bit more cloud cover and a very comfortable 73 degrees in Alamosa. Taking a look at the wide picture, most of that moisture around that monsoon flow once again in the western part of the state, most of that activity over into Arizona, but we're really not seeing much coming out of this flow now, and we will be looking for more chances of showers and storms over the weekend. It just won't be so much from the monsoon flow. So we are looking at an active weekend. And this is where we are really starting to turn our attention, is with these backdoor cold fronts sliding into the northeastern part of the state. That's going to give us good chances of seeing a few showers and storms for Saturday, not only over the northeast, but particularly over the east-facing slopes of the central mountain chain. And that front eventually pushes into the metro Saturday night. That's going to give us some gusty East Canyon winds. We can see winds gusting up to around 40 to 50 miles per hour through the overnight hours, and we'll also push in some moisture. And that moisture in place for Sunday, along with that daytime heating, is going to help spark off a few showers and storms. It looks like Sunday for Albuquerque will be our best shot of getting some showers and storms before we start to see that activity go down once again into early next week as high pressure slides back over the state. Over southern Colorado for this afternoon, highs will be in the mid to upper 80s, 91 for Cortez, with a few afternoon showers and storms, particularly over the San Juan Mountains. We'll see slightly better chances as we move in towards Sunday, and then back to spot storm chances into the beginning of next week with highs back to the low 80s. Over the northwest, we're looking at isolated storm chances here with highs in the mid to upper 80s here, 92 degrees for Farmington. Farmington stays in the low 90s over the next several days with spot storm chances continuing through the weekend and into early next week. Over the southwest, partly cloudy skies and another hot day with highs in the upper 90s into the low hundreds in some locations, and we'll continue with warm temperatures, mid-90s for Saturday in Silver City, and then we're back to the mid-80s eventually into the middle of next week. Over the southeast, mostly sunny skies, and it will be hot with temperatures into the hundreds, well into the hundreds for Roswell and Carlsbad. If you want to see any relief, you'll have to go over to the Sacramento Mountains. Ruidoso only at 86 this afternoon, 82 in Cloudcroft. We stay in the triple digits in Roswell for Saturday, and then that front does its job and pulls us back into the upper 90s for the end of the weekend and early next week. Over the northeast, isolated storm chances here, highs in the 90s for most locations, 104 for Tucumcari. And we stay on the warm side through the weekend, but those temperatures do eventually come back down with decent storm chances over the weekend and then back to spot storm chances for the beginning of next week. Over the northern mountains, afternoon storms here with highs in the mid-70s for Red River and Angel Fire, all the way up to 92 for Espanola. Decent storm chances over the weekend with highs starting to cool down back into the low 80s for Santa Fe by Sunday and then into the mid-80s to start next week. Over the East Mountains, isolated storms here, highs in the upper 80s to low 90s. We'll make it to the mid-90s in the metro today, so slightly cooler by a degree or two this afternoon with a storm possible through the afternoon. And we'll continue with those storm chances Saturday. Really our best bet will be on Sunday as that front pushes through, gives us that moisture, juices the atmosphere, and we'll see a good chance of those storms for Sunday, but then we're back to spot storm chances early next week.
Great. Thanks a lot, John. We'll be right back.